roosters crowing. Can you believe it at this time on a Sunday afternoon? Why not? It's their life, so they live it how they want. How you do? I'm Faye Ellington. I promised that I would have come back with some ideas for Christmas gifts, because it's 2020 and we have COVID-19 that we're dealing with, and it won't be Christmas as usual. Well, not if you're smart. I don't think you want to be up and down in plazas and malls and the rest of it. So you might want to think of some ideas how to reach out, particularly if you are very far away, like in another country, for instance, and you want to make contact. One of the things I want to share with you is new babies have come into families. Grandparents are in one part of the world and the parents are in another part of the world. Yes, you talk on Zoom and Facebook and whatever else and WhatsApp, but it would be good if you did something like I'm about to suggest. Grandparents, you can record a story. So let's say you're in Jamaica. Find a Jamaican story that is appropriate in terms of what it is saying and the length. You can't read one long story for a newborn, but let me share something with you. And you're going to record that. Don't worry about mistakes. Rehearse it before, right? Rehearse meaning not that you're going to memorize, but so you're confident with what you're reading. And you record it and send it to that newborn. You know what it will do? Your voice will be embedded in that child. Indeed, your voice will be embedded. So yes, when you get on to Zoom or WhatsApp or whatever, they will act now when they get to a place where they can say voice, face. Yes, you'll be talking on those things too, but it does make a difference, right? That's a special gift for your new grand one that you have not got to see yet, and maybe you won't see this Christmas. Send a gift of your voice so they can identify with you, and it can be played for them. If it's WhatsApp, for instance, even when there is no Zoom get together, it can be played so they can, in fact, connect with grandma or grandpa or auntie. So that's a suggestion. And while I am on recordings, there are some people, young and old, who are not hearing well because of the loss of hearing for one reason or another. You need to send them something that will mean something. So if they're not hearing well and they're not wearing hearing aids and the stress of trying to talk to them on the phone and you have to be shouting and so on, why not write something? Why not prepare something written so that they can read it? Yes, sometimes we say that writing is old-fashioned. It's not really, How about for senior citizens, many of whom are not using email or, not using smartphones? It is not out of the door and it's not old-fashioned. Write to them and share with them. Tell them what they mean to you. And so they can have that. You know what it means to another person to be able to go back and read that over and over again and say, yes, my granddaughter sent that, or my daughter sent that, or my niece sent that. That's very, very important. And of course, if the person is blind, this is where recording again comes in play. Blind or diminishing eyesight. So you record something. How about really telling them how you feel about them and how they influence your life? Tweet on WhatsApp and send it. If they don't have a smartphone, somebody can play it for them. You understand what I'm saying? So they may not have a smartphone, but someone can play it for them. Another thing that you could do, we have to go back to things that used to be in that we threw out the window. How about creating a photo album of special occasions of where you are and get it to them, mail it. Afraid to talk about mailing these days, that there's so much drama about what was mailed in America recently. But mail it and you have to go do it quickly so it will get to them in time for Christmas. Some pictures, they may not have a laptop or a smartphone or have access, or when they want to go through, they are not able to because the person at home with that facility or that device is not there. Send them an album and write the things like picture taken September 21, 19, whatever it is, 27, because you might have some older things that they can identify with that you have in your environment there, or picture taken 2018 at the park or whatever. You need to do something to just that different that can connect with people. So I'm telling you about recording, and I'm telling you about doing pictures. and doing an album. It's not everybody has access to smartphones and smart devices. Now, here's something else I want to share with you. If you have children and they play musical instruments, or they recite poems beautifully, or they have a dramatic flair about them, let them record something and send it. So in this case, depending on what you want to send and who is receiving it, whether you record a video of them playing their violin or their recorder or their guitar or their trumpet. And you send that along, on a WhatsApp. They have that time, and again, they can go back and listen or watch if they have access to the social media. And so this is not just about older people. It's people who are disconnected or not connected, I should say. They can't fly, they can't visit, they can't go for one reason or another, but primarily because of COVID-19. So they they will be able to see what their family members are doing, the younger family members in particular. Wow, we never know, so the little one could have played a saxophone, and they can play it over and over, either listen back to it if they can't see, or listen and hear it if there are no challenges with visually or with the hearing. I just thought I'd share some of those ideas, because sometimes we believe that, it's only the newfangled technology that we can use to connect with people, and it isn't. The last two suggestions I want to make is for you to do something special for the homeless in your community, right? You may not have homeless, but you might have an old person who knows nobody. Right? So leading up to Christmas, and don't wait for just Christmas Day to prepare a meal and give it to them. Yes, that would be good if you can go. You may not be able to go inside, but if you can hand it to them, keep your physical distance, very important. And here now is something that is very close to my heart. I did this many, many years ago. Connecting with children in hospital. They may be members of your family, or they may very well not be a member of your family or your friend's family. But you could find a way of, again, reaching out to that child in hospital, sending something that they can read, that they can cuddle to, and again, as a relative now, if there is access to a device, you can send them something recorded, video and or audio, so that they can have your company. When that Zoom call is not available, or that WhatsApp call is not available, they can just turn on and listen. So we have to go back to thinking differently. I don't want to say outside of the box, because these things used to exist when we would write letters and prepare physical photo albums. We may have to do some of those. But I ask you to tell somebody to subscribe to this channel, and more ideas will be coming about Christmas. It's not too far away. It can't be Christmas as other Christmases have been for a long, long time, but it can still be Christmas with a real meaning: love. This is Faye Ellington, Jamaica. Yes, that's where I'm at. Overcast a bit, but I'm reaching out to wherever you are in the world. Somebody said something to me yesterday. I have a sister in Florida, and she just missed the recordings when you don't do them. Yes, I know I've not been as frequent as I need to be, but I'm going to try to fix that. All right. So all the very best. Hope some of these ideas will resonate, or you can come up with some idea of your own, how to make a difference this Christmas without, going into a mall to buy a gift. Faye Ellington, make a difference for Christmas. Walk good, and remember, protocols, COVID-19 protocols. Keep your distance. In Jamaica, we say keep your distance. I always say COVID still a keep. The sanitizing, it can't be just run water over the hands. You have to wash your hands properly. And of course, the wearing of masks. You can make some nice masks for Christmas as well, and give those as gifts as well. How about that? Walk good. Till next time.